All right, guys, welcome back to my channel, Girl Left on Red. And today I have something special for you guys. All right, so I'm here for you to be obsessed. All right, so I'm gonna do, if you loved this book, then you should read this book. And a lot of these are going to be books that I have read, and I did do my research for some of the books that I didn't, that I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about because I want to read them too. So I'm going to put them on my list as well. I'm super excited, so let's get into it. All right, so let's get into our first one. So if you have been watching my recent YouTube videos, you'll know that I'm in the throes of the Powerless series right now by Lauren Roberts and the Powerless book itself. So if you've loved the Powerless book itself, then you should go ahead and read Prison Healer. So Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. And I have read this series. I read all three, I believe, books, three or two. I feel like it's three. Three books. And it was such a good series. And I honestly can say that they're both giving me the same vibes with the princes, the enemies to lovers, the just completely two different sides. They're on two different sides of a war almost. And they end up with a close proximity situation as well as an enemies to lover. The other thing I really loved about it was the strong female characters that are hiding secrets. So if you have read Powerless, or even if you've read Prison Healer and you haven't read Powerless, that would be also a good little switch up you could do. But they're both some strong female lead characters, and they have these secrets that they're hiding. And you know what the secret is, or that it's like some secret mission thing from their parents situation. And they're able to hide it from the male lead character that's falling for them and that's so protective over them. And they come from, I feel like it's very aligned. This one's very aligned for sure. So if you liked Powerless or if you like Prison Healer, pick up the other option. These are really good. All right, so the next one I'm going to go with, and if you know me, you know I never fail to not mention this book in my videos. But if you love A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, pick up One Dark Window. Granted, I have not read One Dark Window, but after doing so much research, after reading the synopsis, and after just really contemplating what could I say, nothing else stood out to me more than the One Dark Window one. And people honestly did say that it's a really great book and it is comparable to that one. So if you pick it up, I'll pick it up. How about that? Let's do it together. So they both have lush world building. They both have a shadowy magic situation going on. And they both have morally gray heroes, which who doesn't love that? The hero can't be perfect. They have to have something going on. All right, so another one, Fourth Wing. So everybody knows this Fourth Wing buzz is crazy, right? Onyx Storm just came out. We're obsessed with it. But when you read it, you're like, what do I do now? Somebody told me to pick up The Hurricane Wars by Thea, Guanzon. And they told me to pick this one up, and I trust them. So enemies to lovers, dragons, political drama, and heat, spice. Yes. So that's a good one. I really hope that one's going to be good. I honestly haven't read that one either. Wow. I just realized I'm giving you guys all of these and I haven't read most of them myself. Are you with me though? It's not that bad. All right. I have another really good one. So it's interesting though. It's an interesting comparison because I have to tell you that I didn't actually love the first one. So the first one is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This one was a bit hard for me to get into in the beginning. I ended up enjoying it somewhat. So I won't say that I love this book, but I do love its counterpart. So the one that will replace it. So if you have not read Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, oh my goodness, it is so good. And the writing is impeccable. It's emotional, it's lyrical, it's wartime, lovers to enemies. Oh my gosh. It's so good. I loved that it took place in this time, but then it wasn't even our world, and it was just so rich. It had a lot of rich literature about it, and I just truly enjoyed it. The world building wasn't even that extensive, but it still entrapped me and it really got me there. So if you don't read Violent Delights, that's fine, but definitely pick up Divine Rivals. It's chef's kiss. All right. So now this one is one that is really close to my heart. I really love Samantha Shannon, and I love the Bone Season. So if you're like me and you love the Bone Season, pick up This Woven Kingdom. Now, it's not similar in the ways you would think. The culture, the romance, it's not really the same. None of that's the same. But it has a lot of political power plays that are similar, especially in the beginning. It's a star-crossed romance situation happening. And the world building in both of these stories are so dynamic, so rich, so different. Something you're not going to find in a lot of fantasy reads. So in terms of just being very different, very culturally rich, the star-crossed lover part about it, amazing. So those two books, you're not going to pick up the book and be like, this reminds me of Bone Season. Not necessarily, but they're going to give you what you need in those three ways. The romance, the world building and how just rich it is, and the power plays, the politics of everything. There's so much politics involved. And then on top of it, the romance. And then on top of it, the world building. And these are all series. So those two are series that you can definitely get into. This one is also a bit different. I don't think people do it the way that I do it. I'm telling you. So if you love City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, pick up Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Now, if you don't know what book I'm talking about in terms of Vicious, because I know people don't really talk about this book, but it is a duology, Vicious and Vengeful, and it's so good. And they both basically have morally gray, gifted situations going on here. Enemies who used to be lovers, you have, or used to be friends, enemies who used to be just not enemies, and then they split. And it's just, I can't even tell you too much because it's just so part of the actual storyline. So if you like a downworlder, dark elfy, dark wizard, witchcrafty City of Ashes, but then you have on the other end, if you have that villain that you actually sympathize with, that it makes you understand why they're a villain, and you're like, wait, are they a villain? You're questioning the villainness. Definitely Vicious. So these two are my wrap-up ones. So pick these up. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys like my Rex here. Oh my God, if you love this and you'll love that, get into it. I love you guys. Bye.